With a new track comes high expectations, setting the bar early on. In the home of the Shining Swarm, we are welcome to Sparkle Central, a brand new track making its Marbula 1 debut. Hello everybody, I'm Greg Woods, the Shining Swarm. They won the 2025 Showdown. They have not won in Marbula 1 before, but they would love to do it on home soil. It's going to be a battle if qualifying is anything to go off of. Those 3 laps that we saw in the Q2 shootout yesterday, this track could be something special. All the Shining Swarm fans, they know that already though. Set amidst the high-rise, everything glimmering all around us. Shining Swarm gracious hosts, some even airborne, looking down on their home track with pride. As we get ready, not just for racing and for the holiday season, you can bring the new Hyperloop home and open up the world of marble racing. At your fingertips with brackets, all 32 of your favorite teams, you can make it however you want. No matter how you build it though, Hyperloop allows you to have the best marble racing on the block. Stands are packed. An inaugural Grand Prix will do that for you. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Mimo and Yellow on the back of the lineup on different teams, despite what I may have said. Billy and Clementon, I joke. Coming up next, Ember and Sheep as we work our way up to 15th. Pinky Rosa in 14th, next to Diamond from the Blackjacks. Quasar and Razzie. Leading us into the top 10, it is Yellow Eye, runner-up from Sakura Garden, and Shimmer. Stinger and Siren back on row 4. Amaya and Meepo. On the second row, it is Smoggy from the Hazers and Snowstorm from the Snowballs. Up front, Indy from the Indigo Stars, and our pole sitter, Swifty for the Savage Speeders. And we're rolling. A slow start for Swifty at the front and gets swarmed, loses 2 spots. Oh, but a really hard impact stops Mimo in its tracks. Not sure who caused that collision, but Mimo was absolutely stationary. Indigo Stars are leading the way, but around the outside, there goes Stinger, but can't hold it through turn 14. That final turn has some banking to it, and it's a different animal compared to some of the other ones, but Stinger is much better coming off of the conveyor belt. Pinky Rosa is up there in a battle with Snowstorm. Those 2 nearly identical marbles weaving back and forth, and here comes Snowstorm to the outside. Can't get it done there. Stinger manages to hold the spot. The top 3 bumping up against each other. This is incredibly close. Brand new racetrack, you don't know what you're going to get. And right now, it is anybody's race. Stinger is trying desperately to keep those marbles back behind Pinky Rosa, aided by fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. Smoggy tried to get into the mix, moves up into 3rd spot. Excellent by Snowstorm to take the lead coming out of that chicane. We wondered if that would be a key passing opportunity on this track, and so far it seems to be. New fastest lap, Smoggy from the Hazers, the championship leaders, who captured every point possible back at Sakura Garden for a single marble that you could do. Pole, fastest lap, and race win. Great view coming into that chicane. You can see the speed that they carry and how much they have to slow down. In a battle back there, Stinger has fallen back to 6th and was in a duel coming through the banking. Meanwhile, it is Snowstorm from Smoggy. Meepo has worked up to 3rd for the Cobalts. Indigo Stars 4th, Pinky Rosa. Amaya, Stinger, Siren, Ember, and Swifty, our pole sitter, fallen all the way back to 10th, and there was a hard impact that sent Yellow Eye backwards. Clementon complaining on the radio, Yellow Eye just crashed into the back of me. Not sure race control will see it quite that way, given all the contact that's happening here. Indy could not make it stick. Very close. It was a desperate lunge, but is still right back on the attack through the final turn. 1 spot back on the conveyor belt. Smoggy, another couple of tenths behind. Then Meepo and Amaya. Off the belt, Snowstorm managing. Snowstorm seems to be a bit stronger through the 2nd and 3rd sectors. So if anything, that first sector offers the greatest opportunity for the overtake. Looking toward the back of the pack, Yellow Eye has fallen down to 17th. Quasar in 18th. Diamond and Nemo are back there as well. Indy has fastest lap, trying to get closer to Snowstorm, but there is Smoggy, which means that Indy cannot fully focus on the race up front. Marbles seem to be settling into a rhythm now in the halfway point of this Grand Prix. Shimmer has dropped to 12th. Battle for the lead is back on. Contact again. Snowstorm and Indy. This time it's Indy who slows down. Could that make that Marble vulnerable to Pinky Rosa coming from behind, who has gotten by Smoggy? Out of the chicane, there is Yellow Eye trying to make a move on Yellow. Clementon gets by Ember through the final corner. New fastest lap that's been reset. Swifty is back on the charge. Swifty up to 6th place now, attempting to dispatch Amaya. We saw Amaya having to go defensive down that straightaway. Snowstorm, Indy, Smoggy, and it's Indy and Smoggy who are very close together right now. Coming onto the conveyor belt, Smoggy, Pinky Rosa, and Amaya there also right there. 800ths between Pinky Rosa and Amaya. Snowstorm, peek over the shoulder. Pinky Rosa trying to set something up with Smoggy. Down this backstretch, single file as they head into the chicane. The lead has grown for Snowstorm. That battle for third is heating up, however. Also, probably the mid-pack on down is also still incredibly close. Meepo gets by Swifty as they come off the conveyor belt. Swifty still holding fastest lap. 1/4 of this Grand Prix left. Oh, the move happened and was undone. That lunge could not stick for Pinky Rosa, but the battle is still ongoing. An over-under that briefly looked successful, and contact through Sector 1. Pinky Rosa is by. Let's see what Pinky Rosa can do to cut into this lead of Snowstorm. Took a look at a battle between Sheep and Diamond back there. Big cheer farther behind, and Snowstorm and Pinky Rosa are as close as they have been. Slightly different lines down the backstretch. Wondering who is going to try something and where. It is a half a second lead for Snowstorm. A couple of laps remaining. Pinky Rosa in second. Indy, Smoggy, Billy up to 5th. Amaya, Swifty, Meepo down to 8th. Stinger all the way up to 9th. And Razzie in 10th. Yellow Eye has also recovered from the back of the pack, now up to 11th. Hazers once again making some moves. Seems like we say that every single Grand Prix so far in this season. Smoggy is up to 3rd. As we begin the final lap. Oh, and we've got a yellow flag. Sounded like a curb has been dislodged. Most of the field is going to be working their way past it right now. But the battle for the lead is ongoing. Half a lap to go. Snowstorm, Pinky Rosa. Snowstorm crosses the line and wins the first ever race at Sparkle Central. Pinky Rosa gets P2 and Marble of the Day. Snowstorm absolutely thrilled. So much action over the course of this Grand Prix, from lights out all the way to finish. And it leads to Snowstorm winning for the 2nd time in Marbula 1. Here is Indy briefly getting past, but fighting right back. Sheep, Ember, Yellow Eye. Look at how hard they're hitting that curb coming into the chicane. First time at a track, you really don't know how hard to send it. And it took them a few laps to really settle in. But I can tell you, the home of the Shining Swarm is a welcome place for Marbula 1. Snowstorm stands atop the podium. Pinkies and Hazers standing on either side. And how about the Hazers' run for consistency over the course of this season? Cloudy getting pole position, fastest lap, and the win back at Sakura Garden. Smoggy getting the fastest lap and second place at Savage Speedway a week ago. In the team standings, unsurprisingly, it is the Hazers. Out front 15 over Crazy Cat's Eyes. Pinky's in third. Savage Speeders, and how about Snowballs, up 13 spots with that win and bonus point, setting themselves up for a run at the podium, but it's still really early. Midnight Wisps also up 5. Mellow Yellow down 6. Rangers down 4. Still so much to play for. We're only a third of the way through this season. How are your teams doing? Who do you think will make a run for the championship later on? Or who do you think is really due for an excellent result? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Next up, we return to the Aquamarine.